It's been a week full of people and planes malfunctioning.
We're following breaking news in Greece this morning where a Boeing commercial jet reportedly just made an emergency landing after a window dislodged and a passenger was partially sucked out of the plane shortly after takeoff.
Now look, I love these.
Partially sucked out.
Hey, listen.
God damn, did you spit on it? Yeah. Hey, okay, plane. Sucking out me more.
I don't know if it's like this for y'all, but every time I hear a plane story, all I think to myself is, all right, well, yet another thing I will not do on a plane. No more window seats.
It doesn't matter if you're window seat.
He got sucked off with the seatbelt on.
Yeah, damn.
Bloomberg News reports that a piece of there is new video just posted here by a radio news organization in Greece showing a shattered window on a Ryanair flight. According to FlightAware, the plane had just reached 16,000 feet before it began a rapid descent and then turned around. You can see those oxygen masks were deployed, indicating that pressure in the cabin was lower, dropped dramatically. A passenger says that she'd heard some kind of a bursting noise and then people started screaming. She says the head and shoulders of one of the passengers was then outside the window, even though he was wearing a seatbelt. The man is now reportedly in the hospital with friction burns, according to the airline.
Yeah, of course.
The plane had taken...
Yo, so apparently his head and shoulders wasn't a shampoo commercial, was outside of that fucking window. You know how terrifying that must be with your lower half still inside the plane?
Yeah, it's crazy because the only thing that you hear is, and then the speed of that what it's going, you see, hey man, and the wind, so you can't see nah.
That is a new fear unlocked. Now, I will say, as somebody who went skydiving, I can tell y'all that shit is scary as fuck. And I had a whole parachute and everything. And I was freaking out.
When you have a parachute, it's not crazy. When you don't have a parachute and you're sitting in your plane and you're not supposed to have your head outside, there's supposed to be double glass windows and then your head sticking out. I mean, I'm a super daddy my pants. I'm a doo-doo my pantaloons.
That's some Final Destination.
Oh,
I'm
100%.
sorry, that is terrifying.
I'm repenting my boxer briefs.
Now,
Browntown, the scariest, greatest event ever. Because, bitch, I'm suing.
There's going to be a payout.
Bitch!
There's going to be a payout.
I'm suing.
The trauma from that and the fact that the window bursted and he had his seatbelt on, hell, I'm suing. For sure.
I'm suing.
And he deserves it.
I'm not even suing. I'm going to walk in the office when they're going to send me that excuse email
100%.
telling me that, yeah, we should meet. I'm going to be like, So...
Oh, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you should go in there.
Yes.
And you should say like, I
cut the shit.
You have to look traumatized. If you're walking in there like you there for Pride Parade, they gonna give you less money.
Like Pride Parade.
This nigga walked in. This nigga walked in like a supervillain in Batman.
Well, hello there.
Could I get my settlement? They're not giving you shit. You gotta look traumatized.
Ryanair says the flight was headed from Greece to Germany when a cabin window detached. Sources tell ABC News passengers had to hold on to the man's...
Okay, I'm sorry. They gotta change this title. Man nearly sucked out of window.
It really feels like he had his dick out the window. It really feels like we're so juvenile.
Tom, this sounds like a scene out of a movie.
What kind of movie?
Passenger is incredibly lucky to be alive. Shortly after takeoff, effectively one of the windows of the plane was blown out. And yes, the man sitting...
We're so juvenile. I almost pat my shit, bro. I almost redecorated this shit in coffee.
No, they gotta just choose better words, okay?
No, I think they know exactly what they did.
Sucked out of window is crazy.
I think they knew exactly what the hell they did. The person on the headlines is like, okay, how can I make this crazy? Oh, he was sucked out the window to the wall, to the sweat go down my balls.
I'll keep these motherfuckers.
I'll keep motherfucker.
Yeah, that's crazy. Shut up.
Why you tell? How you gonna
figure out what happened?
How you gonna tell me to shut up and then proceed into singing the song? That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Crazy.
A 61-year-old Serbian man was effectively sucked out of the window. According to a doctor who treated him for serious injuries to his upper body once he was safely on the ground after the plane had safely landed in hospital, and he was in hospital, effectively the wife of the passenger, the male passenger, was sitting just holding onto his feet for about 5 minutes.
Just holding onto his feet while he's getting sucked out the window.
Sucked out of the aircraft. According to a Greek aviation official, they think at this stage there was a massive rupture in the engine, and effectively part of the engine on the right-hand side of the plane flew out, debris, and basically smashed into the fuselage, damaged the fuselage and the window. But of course, air accident investigators will now be investigating, and of course, Boeing will be part of that investigation because this was a Boeing aircraft operated by Europe's largest budget airline, Ryanair. And then we have all of this information from sources at the hospital, 2 sources at the hospital, confirming that passenger was then sucked to windows.
Hey, you know it's a budget airline where the seats are like this thin.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Europe has a lot of like short distance flights, so the budget airlines are actually a godsend. That's how you can fly to like multiple countries in Europe for like $60. It's just crazy.
Yeah, out the window.
The biggest luck is that the fact that the debris that they alleged broke the window didn't just go in and kill somebody, because at that speed, something flying towards their head coming through, like it's a wrap. And truly, this man is incredibly fortunate to be alive. I mean, every time you fly, you know, there's always that concern. I don't care how many times I've flown dozens and dozens of times. But there's always, I don't know about you, me personally, I'm always thinking to myself, it could be my last. And even though flights are very safe for the most part, like the odds of you actually dying are very, very slim, there's still a party that's like, dang.
Oh, yeah, I do that with my motorcycle every time I ride. People are dumb. People are dumb on the road. They're crazy.
Yep, true. So I told y'all there was a lot of incidents recently. Well, there's one that's even crazier, because if you think it's wild to then be just sucked out of a plane, imagine you're a student pilot. You're learning how to fly.
Shit.
And right midair, the person who's teaching you how to fly looks at you and says, you know what to do, you've got this, and jumps out of the plane to their death.
An instructor jumping from the plane, leaving his young student to land the plane on her own, how she saved her own life.
Tonight, the frightening incident for a student pilot in Argentina, forced to land a Cessna 150 during a training exercise after her instructor jumped to his death midair. Authorities say 42-year-old Leandro Bertazzo had been working as a flight instructor since 2022. On Saturday, the student taking off with Bertazzo from the Flying Parrot Cordoba school. An official from the flight school telling ABC News the instructor told the student, you know what to do. Then he unbuckled his seatbelt, opened the door, and jumped out of the plane.
Damn, this guy. So he's the white DI hire, and the female's the one who landed it successfully.
The 22-year-old student alerting the flight school and managing to land the plane safely.
The student actually had her license. She just didn't have the number of hours that were required to use that license.
Police locating Bertazzo's body in the Toledo district around 6 p.m. According to a school official, Bertazzo's family says the pilot had gone to see a psychiatrist last week. David, that student, still in shock after landing, saying she initially thought her instructor was joking. The federal prosecutor's office is investigating.
Give her all her hours. I think she good. I think she did all her hours.
I mean,
she good. She good.
Joking aside, I definitely don't give her all her hours. Do her psych eval, do many psych evals before she's allowed to fly again, because that's traumatizing. Good on her for landing properly, because I don't care how much you have your license, to be put in a situation where you watch someone plummet to their death and you got to now figure it on your own.
You don't watch it. They're back there.
I mean, I see somebody open the hatch and jump. No parachute. So to just be able to react like that and be able to handle the situation as best as you can, you know, respect to her for all that.
Just DIers, man. But these are both from Argentina, so both of them, you know what I mean?
Could you imagine if he's like, you can do this, you got this, and then she just crashes? It's like, the guy was a fucking suicidal and a shitty teacher. It's like, yeah, but I just think it's a stressful situation. And I think anytime anything involves the sky, there have been other stories similar to this involving commercial airlines, actually, where either the main pilot was incredibly drunk or off drugs where they couldn't handle this thing, and that's why they always have a second pilot as a just in case, which I think is a great measure. But I don't know, I've been seeing stories like this. There was a story where a plane landed in Montreal, and when it landed, It essentially didn't end up on the runway. It ended up on the grass. Thankfully, nobody was injured or hurt there. But we also had the one a couple months back where I think they were landing in JFK or LaGuardia in New York. And when they did, there was a fire truck and the person who handles everything from the tower essentially gave them the wrong comms and had them both going at the same time. So they fucked up the emergency response person.
Truck 1 company, cross 4 Delta. Stop truck 1, stop. Stop truck 1.
Yeah, we got stuff in progress for that, man. That wasn't good to watch.
I'm pretty sure the people in the truck.
No, the
people in the truck lived.
The pilots, 2 of the pilots, and one of the flight attendant was in critical condition.
Yeah. All these things don't mean you should stop flying, but I mean, every time we see these stories, I think it always plants something in the back of our head. Vast majority of us fly, the incident rates are like 0. But it doesn't matter because fear a lot of times is a bit irrational.
It plants something. It waters something in the back of my head that was already planted.
Yeah. I blame Final Destination. I ain't gonna front you.
Once I watched that shit.
Final Destination fucked me up.
I saw the first scene of the thing and I went, no, it's not for me.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, Final Destination was horrible.
Why would I doing that? Why would I do that? So all you motherfuckers running scared of shit, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know what happened. Did you see it? No. You haven't seen it? I'm also not traumatized. Okay? Have a good day.